Hello and welcome into LMU Community TV News. I'm Ashley Hurley. Thank you for being with us today. On Friday, December 11th, an emergency situation occurred in Harrogate that closed several businesses and brought in several law enforcement agencies. According to a press release from the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office, 26-year-old Sean David Bailey is in custody and charged with aggravated criminal trespassing and hoax explosive device. According to Claiborne County Office of Emergency Management Homeland Security Director David Breeding, at approximately 8:45 Friday morning, authorities were alerted to the Harrogate Post Office where a suspicious package had been located. The package was believed to have some type of explosive material due to electrical wires being exposed from inside the package that alerted authorities to take precautions. The Claiborne County Sheriff's Office, under the lead of Claiborne County Emergency Management Homeland Security, immediately got to work securing the Harrogate Post Office and several businesses around the building. Lincoln Memorial University then provided shelter for the employees as they were evacuated. Troopers with the Tennessee Highway Patrol arrived and the agencies together assured employees and community members that the situation was being handled in the safest manner possible. The Knox County Bomb Squad, the Knox County Sheriff's Department, the United States Postal Inspectors, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation arrived to assist as well as provide guidance during the situation. Due to the manner of the incident and the suspicious package, Claiborne County Emergency Medical Services posted at the area for the safety of all of those on the scene. Once the Knox County Bomb Squad assessed the situation, the members of the bomb unit got suited up and went into the building to do their initial assessment. The agencies met together to discuss the next plan of action that would be in the best interest of the community. After the initial inspection of the post office and an investigation of the package, the agencies regrouped to take the next step in processing the scene. A person of interest was brought to the scene to be questioned as the bomb squad continued their evaluation of the suspicious package. The man in question, Sean David Bailey, was later taken by Sheriff David Ray, Investigator Tim Strout, Sergeant Eddie Hurley, and a member of the United States Postal Inspectors. The bomb squad evaluated the suspicious package and they removed it from the Harrogate Post Office and then detonated it in an open parking lot behind Hardee's. A small explosion was heard from the scene, but it is still unknown whether that package contained an actual bomb. Further tests are expected to be done. Director Breeding confirmed that there were no injuries during the incident, and during the situation, Lincoln Memorial University's buildings that were located closest to US 25 and the J. Frank White Academy were evacuated as well. An explosive canine from Knox County was used to inspect the perimeter and the post office building, and the personnel were allowed back inside. The situation was cleared, and employees to all locations and patrons were all allowed back into the buildings at approximately 12:15 p.m. The FBI and the postal inspectors are likely to take over the situation and bring any further pending federal charges to Bailey. Following the incident, LMU Community TV met with Cesar Gracia, which is Director of Campus Safety Operations and Emergency Preparedness right here at LMU.
We received information of a possible bomb or a suspicious package at the post office in Harrogate, at which time, once we received that information, what we wanted to do was make certain, our main concern was to err on the side of safety, so we removed all of the students, faculty, and staff that were in the buildings located closest to the actual post office. So it was not a lockdown, it was actually just a precautionary measure to get them away in case it in fact was a bomb and we had an explosion.
When asked what the university would do if such a situation were to occur like this on campus, this is what he told us.
We would have immediately gone to the E2 campus alert system as well as our siren system if we needed to deploy it, but then everybody would have been contacted, and at which time our protocol would have been different. This we knew that it really didn't affect us directly. However, it's our responsibility to make certain that the faculty and staff as well as the students, of course, are safe. So we wanted to err on the side of safety and get everybody removed as far away as we could.
LMU Community TV News will continue to follow this story, and as more information is released, we will be sure to bring you the very latest. Bail is set at $100,000 for a Wisconsin woman charged in the death of her boyfriend, whose body was found in a box along a road in Bell County. Just last week, Wisconsin authorities confirmed that the body was positively identified as 51-year-old Douglas Bailey of Prescott, Wisconsin. The box was found by Kentucky State Police in Bell County in the area popularly known as the Bridge to Nowhere on Mountain Drive. Bailey was a truck driver whose sister reported him missing after he did not show up for family Thanksgiving dinner. 44-year-old Rose Marie Ken E. of Prescott appeared in Pierce County Court on Friday on felony charges of first-degree intentional homicide and hiding a corpse. Ken E. is due back in court on Friday. The Prescott Police Department said multiple agencies have assisted in the investigation and that their help is appreciated. Kentucky State Police Detective Josh Howard is in charge of the investigation in Kentucky. It appears as if all of America has their eyes on Harlan County native Jordan Smith each week as he delivers a powerful performance, stunning the judges and viewers on NBC's The Voice. Smith's performance.
Can I barely stand on my feet? Take a look in the mirror and cry. Lord, what you doing to me? I spent all my years in believing you, but I just can't get no relief. Oh, somebody, can anybody find me somebody to love?
Smith's performance last week was safe for the very end of the show, bringing Judge Adam Levine to his feet and ultimately dropping Jordan's mic on the stage following his performance of Queen's hit, Somebody to Love. Smith again made the performance seem effortless, and last Tuesday fans learned quickly that Smith does move forward to this week's live finale. His performance of Somebody to Love is continuing to climb the charts on both the Voice iTunes charts and the Top 100, where he beat out Adele's latest release, Hello, for the top spot. He is currently the only artist on the show to have all of his songs ranking on the charts. Downloading his performance on iTunes is also factored into the voting process, and if there are enough downloads, his votes are then multiplied by 10. Additionally, you can vote for Smith by using the Voice app, as well as vote by NBC.com and the Voice Facebook page. Don't forget the Voice airs on Tuesday, and we will be live tomorrow night, Tuesday, and we will be bringing you the results on Thursday's edition of the weekend edition of LMU Community TV News. Last week, over 300 elementary children from 25 schools across the area, including Claiborne, Bell, and Lee and Union counties, participated in the annual Roho Christmas shopping spree at Walmart in Middlesboro. The children are selected by faculty at each school and brought to the shopping spree by buses. Volunteers from across the community, including Lincoln Memorial University's athletics department, helped the children shop for the holiday season. Children were partnered with volunteers to help with their shopping, and each child was given $150, with approximately 60% of that being spent on clothes and 40% on toys. In addition to their shopping spree money, each child receives a new pair of shoes from Walmart. The most common characteristic of the shopping spree is that children often think of buying gifts for others before they think of picking out gifts for themselves. The annual event started in 1970 with 5 children and continued to expand each year. If you would like more information on the club and their events, you can visit www.rohofishing.org. Since 1992, Food City, in partnership with their customers, has conducted an annual campaign to raise funds for local nonprofit hunger relief organizations. To tell us more about the campaign, here is Middlesboro Food City Manager Richard Smith.
We every year have a Race Against Hunger. Okay, it's a campaign where we raise funds. It's co-sponsored by Kellogg's, and gives us an opportunity to give back to our own communities. It helps the organizations within our own core communities. As store managers, we're involved in a decision as to what organizations that we want to be able to help since we're closest to our communities. This morning we were able to give to Servolution Health Ministries, their food pantry, First Baptist Church of Tazewell. We did Salvation Army, Manna House in Claiborne County, Binghamtown Baptist Church's food pantry here in Middlesboro, and then 2 organizations from Rose Hill as well.
Throughout the promotions, $1, $3, and $5 scannable cards were available at Food City checkouts. Customers wishing to make a donation simply selected their desired dollar amount and it was added on to their grocery bill. All proceeds benefit hunger relief and charitable organizations inside our community. The 2014-2015 Race Against Hunger campaign raised over $307,500. They are currently still working to determine what the amount has been collected for this quarter. It may have been fall, but that did not stop students across the region to get super creative for Christmas with the first ever Vive Broadband's Christmas Card Art Contest. The theme for the year was Christmas Spirit, and children from ages 3 to 12 submitted drawings, paintings, or works of art using everyday objects such as macaroni, twigs, or even fabric to make the traditional images of a Christmas tree, snowman, Santa, or whatever makes them think of Christmas. The entries were judged by a panel of artists from a New York advertising agency. The contest was held through Vive's entire region of Kansas to Tennessee. The overall winner was selected, and they were from our own community of Forge Ridge. We were on site with the school as they received the news. The winner got an iPad mini, and their art will be used on the 2015 official Vive Christmas card. The teachers also that day won a cookie and cocoa party for the school and $200 to be spent in art supplies. The card selected is being printed by Hallmark and will be distributed to all of Vive's 300,000 customers across the region. The J. Frank White Academy Orchestra and Choral Singers welcomed in the holiday season with their winter concert just last week. The concert was held in the Sam and Sue Mars Performing Arts Center inside Duke Hall. The concert consisted of holiday favorites that included Carol of the Bells, March from the Nutcracker, I'll Be Home for Christmas, and a very special performance of The Sorcerer's Apprentice. The students work on their performances throughout the entire semester in preparation for their winter concert. A special thanks that night went out to the J. Frank White Academy faculty, Mr. and Mrs. Stotts, Miss H.K., and Mr. Smith, all parents who encouraged their students to participate in music and arts, and of course, a big thanks went out to those students who worked so hard during the semester. Last Saturday, Lincoln Memorial University President B. James Dawson conferred the degrees of 292 that graduated in the fall commencement exercises in Tex Turner Arena. In addition to the 37 associate, 136 baccalaureate, 115 master, and 4 doctoral degrees awarded during the ceremony. Also during the ceremony, Dr. Jacques Dubrow, Associate Professor of English and the 2015 award recipient, was also the award recipient for Outstanding Scholarship and Professional Achievement. He also delivered the commencement address and has been a member of LMU faculty since 2004. During the roll call of conferees, Master of Science in Biomedical Professions recipient Thomas Mitchell Weist of Smyrna, Tennessee, took the oath of office as a commissioned officer in the United States Army, bringing the entire assemblance to their feet for a standing ovation. Weist was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Tennessee National Guard. Congratulations to all of those graduates and best of luck in all of your endeavors. Well, if you are looking for a furry friend to get or even to give for Christmas, we've got this week's Pet of the Week from the Claiborne Animal Shelter, who would be sure to give your family some added love for the holiday season. And after this Pet of the Week, your sports update with Adam Haley is coming up. All right, welcome into this week's Pet of the Week segment. Today, Liza from the Claiborne Animal Shelter brought with her Jessie. Now tell us a little bit about Jessie.
Well, Jessie is about 12 weeks old, and he is a little basset hound mix. And right now he's acting very shy,
Yes.
And this is his first outing. He's been in his little puppy room pretty much his whole life. And so this is his actual first time being out of the puppy room.
Okay. When was he brought to the shelter?
He was brought in October, and he and his litter mates had a little bit of hair loss, so we've kept them longer than when we normally keep puppies, just to let the hair loss clear up. You can see he's got just a little bit here where his fur is growing back now. Everybody else got to go on a transport, and poor little Jessie had to stay behind because of this little spot of fur.
Yeah. So tell us about their breed.
Okay, a Basset is a hunting dog, and he's obviously mixed with something else, but they're very, very loyal to their family.
Yeah.
They're a hound, so they're going to follow their nose, and that means a fenced-in yard is absolutely essential, just to make sure he doesn't go wandering off. And they're very smart, and they also, he doesn't look like this right now, but they've got a mind of their own.
Yeah.
So he will make somebody a really, really good pet. He could go with a family with kids or a family without kids. And when he gets into his new home, he's not going to be just sitting here like this.
Right.
He's going to be doing his puppy stuff.
He's so cute because every few seconds that tail will start wagging. Yes, he will. He's so cute. So what kind of family would he be good to go home with?
Well, I think a family with kids, maybe 5 or older.
Okay.
Just because when his litter mates were in there with him, they were a bunch of hooligans.
Right.
And so I think that once he gets home, he's going to show a lot more energy and run around. And I think because he's sturdy.
Yeah.
He could knock a younger child over.
Yeah.
So he needs a little bit older kids or no kids.
Okay.
And a family that's going to spend a lot of time with them.
Okay.
Take them out and exercise them. And again, a fenced yard is absolutely essential for a hound.
Okay. All right. So tell the viewers, if they want to visit Mr. Jesse, what they need to do.
Well, they can go online to our online adoption application at claiborneanimalshelter.com, or they can come in Monday through Friday from 10 to 4 and Saturday from 10 to 2 and meet Jessie.
Okay.
And then just so they understand that when we get the application, we will follow up with their veterinarian to make sure that other pets have been properly cared for.
Okay.
And if they have other animals at home that haven't been spayed or neutered, there has to be a medical reason for it. If
Okay.
they're breeding animals, we won't adopt them.
Okay.
Okay, so he's just a little sweetie, and I'm going to just say once again, he comes with a big warning label on him. Warning, he's not going to be like this once he gets
Yeah.
home. So don't expect to have him come in and just sit around like that all the time, being darling.
And he will grow into a bigger dog.
Oh, yeah.
His paws are huge.
Yes.
He's got very big paws.
And if he would stand up, he's got kind of that Basset look, although he'll be taller than a Basset, I think. His
Yeah.
legs are a little longer. But he'll probably be kind of a long,
Yeah.
real stout dog.
Yep. All right. This is a very, very sweet puppy, and he deserves a very, very sweet home. So go to the Claiborne Animal Shelter or visit their website and make this little cutie a part of your family.
This weekend, the Lady Railsplitter team went out of conference to nearby Bristol, Tennessee to face the King University Tornado. The ladies were coming in with revenge on their mind from last season's ugly 61-41 loss to King. Both teams got off to a good start, but neither could get away from the other. LMU led after the first quarter 14-12 before King used a 5-0 run to start the second to take the lead, and they would run from there to a 32-23 halftime advantage. LMU would come out of the break with a purpose. They went on a 10-0 run to take the lead, and the seesaw battle was on. With 33 seconds left to go in the fourth, King took a 4-point lead on a free throw. But it was Sydney Anderson and Shay Coker who hit 5 free throws down the stretch to counterattack King's points, and the game went to overtime. LMU got the scoring started in the extra period on 2 Sydney Anderson free throws, and the Lady Railsplitters would never give up the lead, outscoring the Tornado 15-7 en route to a 78-70 win. Megan Pittman led LMU with 15 points and 15 rebounds, while Shay Coker and Brittany Guy each added 14 points. With the win, the ladies improved to 5-3. Now they're on the road Monday night when they'll join back up with the men's basketball team to start a heavy week of basketball. Monday, both teams will be in Brevard, North Carolina to take on the Tornadoes of Brevard College. The 16th ranked men's team will tip off first at 4 p.m. with the women's game to start around 6 p.m. The LMU men will be looking to keep up with Queens, who is at the top of the conference at 10-0 overall and 4-0 in league play. On Wednesday, the two teams will come back to Tex Turner Arena for the final time before Christmas to face conference foe Wingate University. The women will get things started at 6 p.m. with the men's game to follow at 8 p.m. And as a reminder, Wednesday night's game is Pajama Night at Tex Turner. Monday and Wednesday night's games will be broadcast through the LMU Sports Network with all four on 91.3 FM WLMU, and Wednesday night's games also being carried on LMU Community TV. Staying in the South Atlantic Conference, the Tusculum Pioneers hired a new coach over the weekend. Jerry Odom was introduced Monday morning as the 16th head coach in Pioneer football history. Odom will be coming from Jacksonville University, where he was the associate head coach for the past 6 seasons. During his time at Jacksonville, the Dolphins were 47-19. Odom has experience in Division I working as an assistant at East Carolina and Florida, where he was also a 4-year letterman at inside linebacker from 1987 to 1990. Odom will be taking over for Frankie DeBusk, who resigned at the end of the year and is still the Tusculum leader for most coached games and most Tusculum wins as a coach. The Pioneers finished last season with a 4-7 record. Now that's all for sports, but stay tuned after the break as Joseph Lewis will let us know if the Hunger Games could repeat as this weekend's winners when he brings you the box office report when we return here on LMU Community TV News.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. At work or at play, you're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Oh, hey. She's cute. Nice going, man. Things are going great for you. You've earned a night out. Good drinks, good friends. Yeah, we can go ahead and call this a good night. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Not smart. Yeah, I saw that coming. Say goodbye to her. Ouch, that'll hurt your bank account. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. I hope you like eating frozen dinners. Alone. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow. Oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Hello, I'm Joseph Lewis, bringing you all the latest information in the world of movies. Tops at the box office this weekend were led for the 4th time in a row by The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, adding $11 million onto its now $244 million domestic gross. After 24 days of release, it still falls short of Mockingjay Part 1's gross by roughly $30 million, but although it remains the lowest and slowest grossing entry into the action-adventure series, its stateside success, as well as its $320 million foreign total, has quickly cemented the film as a financial winner, and if anything, the legacy of these movies alongside their accompanying novels extends far beyond a theatrical release window. Following at number 2 was newcomer In the Heart of the Sea, Ron Howard's big screen adaptation of the real-life story that served as the basis for Herman Melville's literary classic Moby Dick. However, despite the involvement of leading man Chris Hemsworth and the inherent appeal of its subject matter, it was greeted with mostly weak reviews and pulled only $11 million over the course of its opening weekend. Though the film's exact production budget has yet to be released by Warner Brothers, this is the second underperforming Howard-Hemsworth collaboration to date, joining the ranks of the unprofitable with 2013's Formula One racing biopic Rush. And rounding out the top 3 for the second week in a row was basically a tie between the Pixar adventure The Good Dinosaur and the boxing drama Creed, both taking $10 million and change over the 3 days. Creed has proven to be satisfying with fans of the previous Rocky films and of rising star Michael B. Jordan, while The Good Dinosaur has seen a combination of mixed critical responses and continued ticket sales following on the heels of the studio's beloved summer release Inside Out. The only other major player of note this week was Adam McKay's The Big Short, a comedic retelling of the financial crisis of the late 2000s with Christian Bale, Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, and Brad Pitt starring as the money men responsible for the fallout. Starting its run on only 8 screens with an eye toward expanding nationwide on Christmas Day, the film made $720,000 for the weekend with an impressive $90,000 per screen average. Meanwhile, last week's number 2 movie, the horror comedy Krampus, experienced a 50% drop this week, drawing only $8 million toward a $28 million domestic total despite its seasonal premise. In fact, holiday-themed entertainment seems to be more of a side note than anything this year, with Krampus and the Seth Rogen starring comedy The Night Before doing standard business, and the critically derided Love the Coopers barely breaking even. Though none of these movies ever seemed destined to set the box office on fire, audiences' general indifference may be chalked up to the fact that these smaller stories have had to compete with the conclusion of the Hunger Games franchise, a Pixar film, a sports movie with a nearly 40-year cinematic legacy behind it, and the unavoidable hype machine surrounding this coming weekend's hugely anticipated release of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. That's all for today in the world of movies. I'm Joseph Lewis.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Hey Gabby, how you doing? How's the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way. Hey guys, what are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah!
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi babe, how was school today?
Hi Dad, it was great.
Okay honey, I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
Wow.
But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Cook.
Fire in the hole!
And chill.
We chipmunks are notoriously tidy.
Check your steps. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
And that is going to do it for us for this week's LMU Community TV News.
I'm Adam Haley, and thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again on Thursday.
For everyone here at LMU Community TV, I'm Ashley Hurley. Have a great week.